Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon. A little problem getting my video to start. I don't know, I kept clicking the button, it wouldn't start. We're gonna start today in silence before we even warm up, and then we'll do the gentle 5 waves to balance the 5 elements. And then we'll repeat the sequence of the Zhan Zhuang that we did yesterday, the traditional 5 simple movements, but we'll be doing them a little bit longer and from a standing position. So let's get into our neutral Wuji position, feet about shoulder width apart, and ground your feet into the floor. Relax the knees, back nice and straight. Kind of envision your head being pulled up by a string. Tuck your chin back just a little bit, straighten out your spine, and just let your arms hang loose. And let's close our eyes for a few moments. Just settle into the body. Just kind of get a readout on how you're feeling this morning. And begin to deepen out the breath. Breathing in through the nose if you're able. And then the breath out through either the mouth or the nose. And then even before you open your eyes, begin to turn the upper torso from side to side. And then let your eyes drift open. Let the arms swing freely. This is one of my 2 morning practices. The other one is between heaven and earth. So this is my second run through this morning. I'll double dip today. And let's take the hands in the loose fists and begin knocking on the lower belly and lower back. Knocking on the door of life. Waking up our energy center. Continuing to breathe deeply, but no pattern to it yet. And let's take the front hand and move that up to the shoulder area, knocking into that little hollow spot there. We'll do the elements in seasonal order today. And even though we haven't hit the summer solstice yet, we've hit meteorological summer. And in fact, up here in the upper Midwest, had several days of record high temperatures over the weekend. So we'll start with summer. Let's take the knocking back down to our lower belly and lower back. And then let the arms float back off and begin to accentuate the movement from side to side. And then as your hands reach one side, turn both palms into the breeze and sweep them across in a big figure 8 laying on its side. And let's slow this down enough to connect to that breath. Breathing in across in one direction. Breathing out as we bring it back. hoping you all cannot hear the background noise here. My youngest, who weighs all of about 40 pounds soaking wet, sounds like she let in a herd of elephants upstairs. All right, let's shrink these down. Coming to rest back into Wuji. And we begin with fire. Arms float up on the side. Cross over, hover in front of our shoulders as we dip the body down. Unfold that, let the arms relax down. Inhaling up, crossing over, dipping down as we exhale. Inhale, begin to unfold it, and then exhale and release. Fire, the element of summer, the element associated with the heart and small intestine meridians. And take these at your own pace. You might be breathing a little deeper than me and therefore going a little slower. Or perhaps a little faster. We'll settle back into Wuji after each one. Don't worry about keeping pace. And take at least one more. And then this time as you unfold, come back to rest into the neutral Wuji. And close your eyes, take a couple of breaths here. And we'll move on to Earth, the element of late summer. Let the eyes pop back open. Dip on down, turn the palms up and scoop. Arms rise up, palms turn over at the top, arms float back down. Palms turn up, scooping as we lift. Palms turn over at the top and press down. Inhaling as we rise. Exhaling as we melt back down, relaxing and releasing. Take a couple more. on your last one, let the arms float back to your sides, returning to Wuji. And we'll settle and prepare to move into the metal element. On a breath in, let the hands rise and draw them in, and then exhale, press forward, dip the body. Withdraw the hands, spiraling the hands if you'd like, not needed. Metal for the lung and large intestine meridians. Metal forms often have very powerful breathing. Couple more presses forward. And as you rise out of your last one, just let the arms melt back into Wuji. And we'll pause before moving on to water. On an in-breath, hands float up on the sides, palms turn in toward the body as the hands float down like rain. Water, the element of winter. Meridian associations, the bladder and kidneys. Let's take a couple more. Last one. And let your hands just relax back to Wuji. And we'll pause before the final element, wood or spring. Which seems to be in the rearview mirror at this point. On an inhale, hands float up in front, palms facing each other. Your hands get overhead, begin to sway like a tree. And just breathe naturally through this one, if you'd like. Bring it all the way to the sides a couple more times. Let's finish up in the middle. And this time, turn your palms out. Let the hands float down, and we'll come right into our standing postures. Beginning on the back. Backs of hands up against the body. And I'll turn around so you can see palms are facing the back. Toe heel out to a little bit wider than shoulder width. Sit down like you're sitting on the edge of a stool. And breathe. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed through this whole set. These are very simple postures. I can talk you into and out of them. On your next exhale, release the hands back down to the sides. Turn the palms in toward the legs. And then pick the arms up just a little bit to put some space underneath your armpits. Almost like you're holding a tennis ball. And breathe. If your legs begin to tense up at all, go ahead and rise up out of the little bit of a sink. And then relax back into it. Couple more breaths here in position 2. And then we'll inhale into position 3, letting the arms float up to about chest height. Close the fingertips together to about 2 inches apart. And then consciously sink the elbows and the shoulders and breathe. Let's take one more breath here in the 3rd position. And then exhale, turn the palms toward the floor. Let the hands float down. Bring your feet back in to about hips width. And then arms come up, bending the elbows, forming goalposts. And then pause and breathe. No need to sink on this one. Looking for the sensation of your hands being pushed back while you're pushing forward. And then gradually slide the elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades together until you feel a little bit of pull in the chest. On and out breath. Bring your elbows down. Fold the hands forward. And then extend the arms out at about 45 degrees. Sit back on your stool just a little bit and breathe. Fifth of the Zhan Zhuang forms is called parting the waters. And then after a couple of breaths, consciously lift your fingertips up so the heels of your hands are pointing to the floor. Couple more breaths here in the final position. And then on an out breath, let everything release. And we'll take it into our close. Rising overhead, turn the palms to the floor, press the palms. One more time. As the hands reach bottom this time, separate them, toss one away, let your eyes follow it overhead, and let it trace down the midline of the body. Other side. Let's take one more on each side. And as the hand floats down this last time, let it come to rest on the heart center. Place the other one on your lower belly. Step your feet together just a little bit and close your eyes, and we'll breathe it to the finish. After 3 or 4 breaths, just let that top hand slide down the body, joining the other hand, either over or under. And remain hand over the lower dantian. If you feel yourself start to sway a little bit, just relax into that. Just let yourself sway like a branch in the breeze. Let's take one more deep breath in. And as you release that breath, go ahead and release the hands. Let the eyes come back open. Give everything a little shake out at the bottom. Thanks for joining me. That was 5 waves to balance the 5 elements, and then the introductory 5 postures from traditional Zhan Zhuang. Have a great day. Namaste.